All right. Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land and Build a Boat land, all the people on the boat, in the ocean, wherever you may be finding yourself right now. We are so glad that you're here with us. My name's Jackie. I am the always fumble over that, y'all. I am the community engagement manager for Create Birmingham, and I am here to introduce you to, or if you already know who everyone is, to just remind you of who we all are, our entire crew. So I'm going to go the way that people show on my screen and ask you to just introduce yourself, what you do for Create. You can just go straight title. But if you're nice and you love me, you'll give me an idea of what that means you actually do. All right. So we're going to go and start with Tanya. You first.
Well, I'm Tanya Trotter, and I'm the Director of Communications at Create Birmingham. I plan and oversee our communications, so newsletters, social media content, overall branding, and media partnerships. And along with the rest of the crew, I also have office hours. So I spend some time advising and consulting with creatives and creative entrepreneurs and professionals in our city and help them make connections.
Very nice. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Jessica Moody.
I'm Jessica Moody. I am the Director of Programs for Create Birmingham. So I get to oversee all of our big overarching things. So co-starters, Film Birmingham, Birmingham 365, we had Space Finder, but that's kind of shifting these days. I as well also do office hours. So meeting with creative entrepreneurs, anybody who's gone through our co-starters program, filmmakers, artists, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg Nelson. I'm the Director of Development. So that means that I oversee all of our fundraising efforts. We are a nonprofit. Everything we do is offered either for free or at a really low accessible cost. And that is only possible because we have support from local foundations, corporations, investment from local government, and a lot of really generous individual donors. So that, along with office hours, where I really focus on emerging and newer nonprofits, but more established nonprofits are also welcome as part of the office hours team.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. And then last but certainly not least, Buddy Palmer.
Thank you, Jackie. Buddy Palmer, President and CEO. And my job, I believe, is to ensure that we are focused on the mission and vision of the organization so that we are really always thinking about our core work. And that involves communicating that to our board of directors, making sure the board is focused on mission, that the staff is focused on mission, that our budget reflects our mission, and that we are putting our money where we say our values are. And for those who are listening in, who are co-starters graduates, I'm a learner, which means I'm also constantly researching national best practices, thinking about what the trends are nationally, how those relate to us, and liberally borrowing things that really resonate with me that might be happening in another community.
Awesome. I think sometimes people don't realize that all of these things are so closely connected. I didn't say what my job means. I basically go out and find people. That's my job, is to go and figure out where people are, how we can best engage them, which has been the challenge of the pandemic in general for all people. So welcome to this space where you have been engaged as a community. So this is my job. What you're doing right now is pretty much my job, which is trying to make things as accessible as possible so that we can continue to execute that vision that Buddy has. And, as we gain that support that Meg is working hard to make sure we get, with programs that Jessica is putting together and giving Tanya something amazing to communicate. So our next question, just in general for people who want to know, what do you love most about your job? Hi, Stanley. What do you love most about your job? And this time we're going to work backwards. Buddy, what do you love most about your job at Create?
My team, all of you, those faces that I see on the screen. And of course, it's the opportunity to work with people who are creating an authentic Birmingham, one that can't be replicated, because it's the passion, it's the talent, it's the resources, it's the ideas that come out of our creative community that are making Birmingham distinctly different. And the pleasure of getting to get to know those people, to work with those people and those organizations, I consider it a real privilege.
That's beautiful. I always knew I was the highlight of your life, but this really solidifies that. Hi, Chloe. Thanks for being here. All right, Meg, what do you love about your job?
So I really believe in the impact of the creative sector, both commercial and nonprofit, and that's why I'm here. I believe that it's just like any other economic sector. It doesn't just flourish by magic. It needs strategy and infrastructure, and it needs investment. And that's where the fundraising comes in. I get to work with all of these community-minded funders to make sure that we are able to help be a pipeline to get this creative sector the investment that it needs.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Meg, for that answer. Erica has a comment up on the screen. But Meg, while we're here talking about those wonderful community-minded people, this is a great time to thank some people. Will you help me with that?
I will. Thank you for making it so easy to do my job. Create Birmingham's programs and this week Build a Boat are made possible for free thanks to our generous supporters, and you can see them here, and you are welcome to become one of them if you would like to be. Thanks, Jackie.
Just like a true fundraiser, she made sure that at the end of that, she knew that you too could be on that list.
Yeah.
I love it. Jessica, what do you love about your job?
I love helping people see their ideas come to fruition. So I love meeting with people who make a good thing or have a great idea and helping them realize that it is a possibility. So there are a lot of happy tears in my meetings with people, and we go through a lot of tissues, and I really like that. And I love making people realize that their idea can become a reality and that they can actually have a sustainable business doing what they love.
You heard it here first, people. Jessica likes to make people cry. If you've ever wondered why you leave her office or her Zoom calls in tears, it's because she truly enjoys it.
I do.
But it's a beautiful thing. Tanya, what do you love about your job?
Oh gosh, so many things, but I think naturally I've always been passionate about storytelling. And one of my favorite parts of my role at Create Birmingham is that I get to interview makers and movers and shakers in our community who make up the creative class. So I get to meet fascinating people, learn about their personal journeys, and then share what they're doing through our platform. So it kind of makes me a cheerleader for the city.
Nice. I love that. So my job, what I love about it is talking to people, which I tend to do a lot of talking. Nobody say anything about that, okay? You just hold your comments, people. But I do like engaging people in general, and it is great to work with a group of people who basically empower me with whatever I need to be able to do that and help other people. One of the things, while we're talking about the boat, one of the things that I learned as an entrepreneur was that I wanted to be able to help other business owners without sinking my own ship. And so working with Create, I've said multiple times, just in life in general, has helped me to be able to help other people and reach them and engage them in ways that are helpful without letting my own boat, go under. And so it's super helpful for me to be in this position. Yeah, and I love it. I love working with you all. It's a thin slice of heaven. So on in our conversation here, which this is only supposed to be 10 minutes, so we won't be much longer, but I do want to have one final question of my own. And if you are watching live and you have a question that you would like to ask the team, please feel free to comment that and I will put it up on screen before we wrap up. We'll go to like 15 minutes. All right, so the last question I have for you is kind of two-part. The question is, what do you love about Birmingham and what do you hope for the future of Birmingham? So anyone who wants to go first, who's feeling froggy and wants to jump.
Go, Tanya.
Sorry, resident communicator. What I really love about Birmingham, I mean, it's my hometown. So I'm from here. There's a lot of community pride that's already there. But I hear in all of the interviews that I do, the common thread is that there is such a focus on collaboration over competition. And I think that our community, and especially members of our creative community, always root for each other and really seem to authentically want other people to do well and find ways to help them connect. And that definitely plays into what I'm passionate about. I think in the future, we just continue to lean into what makes us unique and bonded and progressive, and really show appreciation and continued support to creative and cultural organizations and the people who make up our creative backbone, small business backbone.
Very, very, very nice. And in case you all didn't notice, Tanya's very nautical today with her stripes, and she's very intentional about her attire today. So I wanted to make sure y'all realize that she's really on the boat. Okay. Jessica, you were about to say what you love about Birmingham, what you hope for the future?
Yeah. So it was pretty much the same thing as Tanya, but I'll turn it into a boat analogy, which is because motions to everything. Rising tides float all boats, and I feel like that's kind of the theme of the collaboration that we see, right? And that's one of the biggest things that I love about Birmingham is we're constantly looking out for new ways to collaborate with local businesses, and you see so many partnerships happening between our co-starters graduates, between other small businesses, artists, pop-ups, makers, everybody coming in and supporting each other. And I love that. I'm looking for more of it.
Yeah, it's it's inevitable right now with the way life is that you kind of have to pull your boats closer together right now. I don't know if there's like a nautical term for that because I don't know how to do anything on the boat but ride. I
think it's a flotilla.
Oh man.
That might be not wrong. I'm not
That's
sure.
okay. You know what? My friend once told me that if no one else knows, you have to be right. So yes, you are correct. That's what it is.
Well, and I would obviously agree with what Tanya and Jessica said. I am just continually amazed by what a strong arts and culture sector we have, especially for a city this size. And also just the explosion in the last couple of years, last decade really, of local, what we used to call mom and pop shops. I think really local small businesses, and that people are so passionate about shopping local and recognizing that that is money that we spend that stays in Birmingham. And I hope that we can continue to come together as a community and focus on building on our strengths and investing equitably across all of Birmingham and that the role of the creative sector and how important that is as a part of the big picture stays center stage.
Awesome. Thank you. Buddy, what about you? What do you love about Birmingham? What do you hope for our future?
I think Birmingham is sacred space. It is a place where so-called ordinary people took extraordinary action to make a difference that crossed the globe and changed the world. And so to be able to follow, to walk where those feet walked is a privilege for all of us. And I know we talk about it. We talked about it a lot in our staff meetings this last tumultuous and extraordinary year. And so I think that it is a tremendous privilege. And I think that there are ways that those of us today can take similar actions. Where we once changed the world, we can do it again. And that is what I hope for Birmingham's future.
If you all think I'm about to say anything after that, you are wrong. All right, so I love Birmingham. It's going to be great in the future. That's all I'm saying after that. That was pretty much the mic drop moment. I'm just not going to. So really, that's it. That's how you get to know us, our crew, which is what I like to say, small but mighty. Just between the 5 of us, I just really appreciate that all of us work so hard to do all of the things we do that look way larger than life. And sometimes I think we're even shocked at ourselves when we see the end results of some of the things that we do. And that's just, when you impress yourself, you're really impressive, right? When you look back and go, okay, that is good, right? So I am extremely excited that we continue as a team to work together to do what we can with what we have, which is what I feel strongly all people should always do. Thank you, Valerie. Good job, team. So that's it. If no one out there in the ocean, I don't want y'all to be like in the ocean, like you're just like out there. Our fleet. If anyone out there in our fleet would like to ask a question, you're free to do so. I know there's a small delay. If you're watching this in a replay, thank you so much for coming back and watching and getting to know us. If you don't know, you can always get in contact with us or get any of the information that we talked about today at createbirmingham.org. All of us are there. Our pretty faces are there. Contact information is there. All the programs are there. Events are there. And we do hope that you enjoy the rest of our conference. Any final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, before we end here?
I'm mostly just so excited.
Me too.
I'm admiring the pins. I'm mesmerized by the pins. I need my.
Yes, we are a team. This is our uniform. All right. Well, if there is nothing else, thank you all out there for joining us. And coming up next is our official kickoff. It's at 4:00 with Jessica and I, and we will talk about how you navigate Build a Boat through the week to best fit what you're trying to do. And we will see you then. Bye.